Playing the long-term game. This one's mega important. So playing the long-term game. Something which I've always done and I absolutely swear by, and most people don't do this. Most people play the short-term game. So again, it's wanting things instantly. Or in relationships, people will shaft somebody in order to try and get the most money which they can. And I've never done that. I've always tried to play the long-term game. I've had it at the moment with a contractor, and they're trying to take the maximum amount of money they can from a particular job. And my thought is, if that doesn't change, I won't use you ever again. I won't recommend you ever again. I won't pass you any work ever again. So playing the long-term game is mega important. It's something I've always done. So even if I think something's not fair, I'm willing to bend on the other person's side of the fence in order to keep the relationship. So relationships to me are mega important. So even if you think you could make a couple of grand quickly, don't ever do it. If you look and there's an opportunity to shaft somebody, or not so much shaft them, it might be a situation where maybe they don't know about something, and you could quite easily make another couple of grand on a job or a business transaction, and they wouldn't know about it, they'd be no wiser. Don't do it, is my thing I'm saying to you. Be open and transparent to them, and watch how much more money comes back to you if you go to that person and you actually say, oh, this wasn't actually needed on the job, you've got £2,000 coming back to you. Because think of it now, if somebody did that with you, and you were expecting to pay, I don't know, let's say you were getting a bit of work done around your house and it was £5,000, and they came back to you and they said, oh, I've managed to get this particular bathroom suite cheaper, you've got £1,000 coming back to you. And you weren't expecting that, and you knew that they could have got away with that. Imagine how you'll feel towards them. What are you going to want to do? You're going to use them again, and you're going to recommend them. So this is a key thing. This is massive. So people, when we're exchanging money, so if you think of why money was created as an exchange of energy. It's basically, you give me that and I'll give you this £5, £10, £20. And we all understand that because it's tangible. And by tangible, I mean we can hold it. So you can hold it in your hands. Somebody gives you something, or you give them something, and in return they give you money. So you can see that and you go, I got £50 for that. People fail to see that with relationships. So because there's no actual exchange of a particular product or money, and it could be you just helping someone or doing the right thing, or as Mark said, their integrity, people don't see that because there's nothing to hold in your hand. But I guarantee if you take that attitude in life, money will just flow to you. The more that you give to other people and the more integrity you've got, and the longer you play the long-term game, the more it'll come at you. I can promise you. If you try to hold on to it and you look, how can I try and save this £1, or how can I make an extra £10? How can I make an extra £100 here? You'll burn relationships. And you need relationships in order to succeed. So around money, we must have relationships. Nobody has ever succeeded at any level at all unless they've had relationships. So it's important. So playing the long-term game, I can't stress this one enough. Building relationships, mega, mega important. So my advice to you is, wherever you are right now, so if you're a millionaire, or if you're fucking skint and you've got a load of debt letters, look at what you want to do in life and ask yourself who can help you get there. So who is it that you can help get there, and go do something for them without them asking. So go out your way to help a business, give some time to them, or give a service away, give a product away, give some advice to somebody, and do it without expecting anything back in return. And I can promise you now, if you keep doing that, again, think about it now. You're sat in your house with your family, kids, or wherever you are, whatever your life is. and people are coming to you and someone's going out of their way to help you. So they're offering your advice, or they may be saying that, I'll come in, I'll do a bit of extra work. The more that you do that exchange, and don't expect anything back in return, I can absolutely promise you, you'll build a relationship with that person, and they'll see you in a completely different way. And then when they have an opportunity, you're going to be the first person that they're thinking of. And this stuff comes back. So I'm a big believer in the universe. Whatever we put out, we get back. So if you shaft people and you go out your way to do bad things to people, that shit comes back to you. And if you go out your way to do good for people, then that comes back to you too. So making sure that that long-term game is so important. I can't stress that one enough. Mega important. Right, what else? Discipline. So discipline, you hear me talk about this a lot. It's my brand. It's actually what my company's called. So the Property Investment Academy is not actually a trading company name. That's a name that we just use, so it's trading as the Property Investment Academy. The company is actually called Discipline Limited, and that's our main training company. So discipline's important. If you want to succeed and you want to make money, you have to be disciplined in doing the right thing. So you can't just say, I want a pile of money. You've got to have clearly defined goals of what do they look like, but you've got to be willing to take action, and you've got to be disciplined with your behaviour. So how do you show up? What do you say to people? Do you follow your actions through? Do you apply your strategy that's going to take you to your goals? So mega important that you're disciplined too. And then lastly, I want to sort of wrap up with this one, and then I'll take a couple of questions, is affirmations. So an affirmation is a statement that you use, and you might say things like, it might be the old money's the root of all evil, or why do bad things always happen to me? They're affirmations, and if you say those things over and over again, there's a hard science why this works. So you might have heard of the law of attraction, and people go, is law of attraction true or not? Let me tell you why the law of attraction is true. There's actually a hard science behind it, and that is there's a part of your brain, the RAS, which is the reticular activating system, and that it's a filtering system. So it's what comes in through your mind. So this is the reason why when we buy a new car, a new jacket, a new pair of shoes, all of a sudden you start seeing them all over, and it's as if everybody's copied you. It's because your mind now is filtering on those things. So our mind does three things. It deletes, distorts, and generalizes information. It deletes, distorts, and generalizes information. And your conscious mind can only process 134 bits of information per second, where the subconscious mind can process 2 million bits of information per second. So we're unaware of all of these things. So there's all of these things going on, your body regulating your temperature, your heat. If you sat down now, the pressure on your ass, and I like to use that one because it's a good example. So you weren't aware of the pressure on your ass until I brought your attention to it. All of these things are happening. It's like when you get in a car and you just turn up at a place and you kind of look and go, oh shit, I'm here. I can't remember anything about the journey. That's the subconscious mind. Now, if we get that working for us, we can get results a lot quicker. So by using positive affirmation. So positive affirmation, I've wrote a couple down. So you could use something like this. I am worthy of money and success. I am worthy of money and success. And if you say that over and over again, here's the clever bit. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. It can't understand the difference between that. So it just absorbs the information. So, for example, if I said that there was a big blackboard in front of me now, and it had loads of chalk on it, and I had long nails, and I scraped my fingers all the way down that blackboard and down the chalk, that big screechy noise and all chalk under my fingers, that gives some people that shivering feeling. Even though it's not happened, we can, if we have a certain thought, our bodies will trigger the emotion that are in line with that thought. So understanding that, we can start to make the subconscious mind do what we want it to do. So we can direct it to find you opportunities. So where you say some people are just lucky, they're not lucky. What it is the reticular activating system is looking for opportunity. That's why it appears that they are more lucky than other people. So if you're the kind of person that goes, I'm always unlucky, your reticular activating system will look for unlucky things for you, and you'll attract them to you. So let me give you an example of that now. The subconscious mind can't process negative words. So I'll give you an example. Don't think of Donald Trump. Don't think of Donald Trump. Whatever you do, do not think of Donald Trump. And what you just done was thought of Donald Trump. Because the subconscious mind can't process a negative word. So when you say things like don't and won't or can't, then things just get absorbed. So it's important that you use affirmations. So another one I wrote down is money is energy and energy is endless. So money is energy and energy is endless. Or I am worthy of money and success. And when you say those things to yourself over and over and over and over again, your subconscious mind just believes that. And eventually, we all know the lie that lies that much that they believe their own lies in the end. And that's what they're doing. They've programmed themselves to learn that particular thing. So affirmations is important. So that's session one. I'm going to take I'll take a few questions now, and I'm going to kind of summarize that up. So session one is around the mindset around money, So in the next sessions, I'm probably going to do some on the whiteboard. I'll get a whiteboard, and then we'll talk about strategy, goal setting, and some things that you can do that'll help you speed up money. So one thing I want you to remember, because this is important, is you will always be paid in direct proportion to the amount of value that you give out. You'll always be paid in direct proportion to the amount of value that you bring to the marketplace. So what I want to do in the next sessions is I want to teach you how you can be more valuable. So an example of that is if somebody had, for example, a labouring job, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with labourers, because I used to be a labourer myself. That's how I started out, labouring as on building sites. If you were to compare a labourer to a heart surgeon, the reason a heart surgeon's paid more is because they're offering more value. So a labourer could be a great labourer, could do a cracking job, but they might be tidying up a pile of bricks, they might be sweeping rubbish, they might be preparing materials, where a heart surgeon can save someone's life. So the amount of value that they bring to the marketplace is of a higher value than what a labourer is, for example. And that's why they're paid at that higher level. So I want to teach you over the next 3 sessions how to increase your value. So if you have your own business, how you can charge more, and not only charge more, but have more clients coming to you, the type of clients you want, the ones that don't give you a headache, the ones that pay on time, the ones that just great to work with, and they're willing to pay the money for your service, so they value you and what you do. Or if you're in a job, how to increase your value so you can get a pay rise, so you can jump up to the next level, get promoted and things like that. or it could be maybe you're unemployed and how I can show you how to increase your value to get back into work. So we'll talk about that over the next few sessions. So as a summary, your relationship to money is mega, mega important. It's the foundations of everything. So I want you to look at that. I want you to think of your relationship with money, what you think when you hear the word money, because some people, they're not comfortable with it. And you should never, ever apologise for your success. So something I used to do was I'd be embarrassed to tell people, if people said, oh, what do you do? And I'd say, oh, I'm in property. And they'd go, oh, great, how many properties have you got? And I used to actually lie. I used to actually say, oh, yeah, I've got a few properties, yeah. When I didn't, I'd have maybe 10 or 15 properties. And that was because of my own insecurity of not wanting to say that. And you should never, ever feel embarrassed or apologise for your success, because it's your life, and what you do with it is down to your actions. So never, never apologise for making money, because it's about what you do with it. It's important. It's not about the money that you have. It's what do you do with that, and what do you give back for that. So have a think into what you would like to do in terms of your direction. And another important thing to think into is, what do you give back in order for you to receive that money? So this is the exchange thing, and this is you thinking about the value that you bring to the marketplace. So we'll talk about that more in the next sessions, but think about what would you like to do, and if that was a goal, and what do you give back in order to receive money. So I want you to think into them things.